Hi, today I want to talk to you about the gym and locker room expectations. For respect, you want to make sure that you're keeping your area clean, reporting any concerns to your teacher in the facility. Only use your items or ask permission to use someone else's. So you can't just go in someone else's locker and take their shoes or anything like that. You must ask permission and try to have your own stuff prepared. Organization, you want to keep the locker room tidy and clean, and you want to make sure that you're taking your PE clothes home on the weekend to get them washed, because we want to keep it smelling fresh in the locker room as much as we can. Organization, you want to make sure to have your items organized and clean your lockers as well. So make sure that you're keeping those areas clean. Don't leave like food or drink or anything gross. Nothing like that should be in the locker room in the first place. Commitment, you want to try or be on time to class every time, and also you want to be in your squat on time. So you get 5 minutes once you get to the locker room to get dressed and get back to your squat. So you need to hustle so that you have more learning time. You want to make sure to bring your PE clothes with you, and you can't do your physical activity and your exercise appropriately if you don't have the right clothing. So make sure that you're bringing your uniform every day that you have PE. And then you also want to make sure to change. You don't want to be running around in the stinky clothes from the mile run all day. So make sure that you're bringing a change of clothes so that you can properly dress for the activity or workout that day. And knowledge. Know what materials you need each day and know what your health and physical ability is. So you don't want to overexert or overdo it so that you're getting sick in the nurse's office or anything like that. You want to push yourself, but also know your ability and what you're capable of. So those are the gym and locker room expectations. It says common area expectations, but the main focus that I want to talk about today is the hallway, okay? Because that's where I see a lot of preventable behaviors going on that just really shouldn't be happening at the middle school level, okay? If you go to the elementary school or primary school, and I'm sure you all remember, everybody's very quiet and calm and walking in lines. Well, obviously we don't make you guys do that. However, there is an expectation that you are walking in the hallway appropriately. So some of the things that I want to see to be respectful is I want to see walking in the hallway. We don't sprint down the hallway. I oftentimes see people running to the cafeteria. No bueno. You do not want to run. You always walk. You are not going to be late. You have 4 minutes to get to your classes. If you walk at a steady pace, you will make your class. So no running in the hallway. Number 2, you want to keep your hands to yourself. There's no reason to be touching, shoving, hugging, petting, whatever you're doing with your neighbor. Just keep your hands to yourself, because that avoids any conflicts that could arise from touching someone else or pushing or shoving and those kinds of things. Touching, things in the hallway, like sometimes people mess with signs or bulletin boards or touch the ceiling. None of that behavior needs to occur. You don't need to jump and tap the ceiling. Just walk in the hallway. And the last thing I want to talk about is walking on the right. This is kind of a new thing that I want to work on and focus on this year. And we can try and be out in the halls to help you. But you need to walk on the right. It's kind of like driving a car. So if everybody stays to the right lane, then there's no collisions. But if you're trying to walk against the flow, you guys are going to run into each other and shove and push, and people are going to get touched, and it's not a good situation. So always stay to the right when you're walking. And that will also prevent people from running into each other around the corners. So when you're walking on the right, you want to take the corners wide, unless you're coming from the inside. So just kind of those little things will really help the flow in our hallways during passing periods. I know they can be crowded, but if you just kind of stick to those rules, it's going to be a lot better and a lot safer in our hallways. So, main thing is just make sure you're polite, that, say excuse me if you bump into someone, walking on the right, walking, not running, picking up after others or yourself. If there's a bunch of papers on the floor, pick them up. If somebody drops their books, stop and help them. We're trying to build an atmosphere of feeling safe and, making the areas look nice and clean and tidy. Let's see what else. So the main thing in the hallway is just knowing the rules of the area and then being kind and being polite to others. We don't want to have to resort to walking you guys back and forth to the cafeteria and things like that. You're old enough now to do those things on your own, but you have to show positive behaviors, and those will be rewarded with tickets, okay? So bus expectations. We're not with you guys on the bus, and so the bus drivers have these expectations as well, and they should have them hanging in their bus. But I'm also going to give them some ROCS tickets as well. So some of the things that we want to see on the bus, respect, following the bus driver's rules, listening to the bus driver, being respectful and thoughtful of that person. They are taking you to and from school each day. It's a big task, and so we want to be kind to them and respect them. Maybe allow others to sit with you. Switch it up from time to time. Make sure that nobody's being left out. Use kind and appropriate language. The cussing on the bus and the obnoxious, being loud, all that stuff does not need to happen. You guys are in middle school and you know what's appropriate and what's not, and you can keep the volume at a decent level. Make sure you're organized. Keep your stuff with you. Don't, put it all over the floor of the bus. Sit nicely in your seat. Listen and follow directions from the bus driver during all bus drills and emergencies. It's really important because you never know. If something could happen, you have to be on alert. Make sure to take all belongings with you on and off the bus. And knowledge, you need to know your bus number. Know who your driver is. Know where your bus stop is, okay? Those are things that you need to know as middle schoolers. So if something's going on or you're about to miss the bus and we say, what bus do you ride? You need to know, so that we can help you out, okay? So the bus expectations, in my opinion, are pretty simple and pretty self-explanatory, and those you can earn ROCS tickets for as well. So now we're gonna watch a few clips of some Huskies making positive choices in these areas of the school. Hey Huskies, I'm very excited to announce that today we have a special visitor during the lunches. So look forward to your lunch period, and I can't wait for you to see our special surprise. Make it a great one.